everybody now tuned into ProHustle Zone with Moon, where we talk about all things pro hustle, and it's all about mastering your craft and monetizing the skills. Today, this is the Adult League. Shout out to Innovative Culture. Tap in with Innovative Culture up on YouTube, Instagram, innovative.culture, theinnovativeculture.com, prohustlezone.com as well, where you can find all things Pro Hustle. Got to do my Grams. We got Grams ad-lib up in it, prohustle.com. We got that up here? We got that. Play that bitch one time. Shout out to Grams.
Swear and Pro Hustle Zone, the podcast.
On my mama. I'm about to go crazy with these sounds. I'm gonna try to do some Pro Hustle commercials, all that. I like that. Trapaholics. But I'm gonna let everybody introduce themselves. Start off with the only female up here. This ain't a gangbang. Just a little joke.
Oh, Lord.
A little joke. I'm gonna let her start off with herself and Pac and Banx. Y'all fight for the next.
My name is Sukena. Instagram, Kenafornia. How y'all doing?
Oh, you already know this Banx. Hit me at _DABANX, the Banx. Shit, I am your hookah man. Hit me up if you need any engineering work, any of that shit. I got it. You know what I'm saying? I do my thing. And, you know, that's what it is.
It's your boy Pac. You know what I'm saying? You can find me on Instagram, SRT_Pac2. Shoe plug, Kick Zone 8. You know what I'm saying? Whatever y'all need, just tap in. I got you.
100. Hey, happy birthday, too, dude.
Yeah, most definitely. Happy birthday.
Appreciate it.
You know what I mean? Scorpio season.
Yes,
100.
sir.
For Banx, happy belated birthday. We did the show up on Banx' birthday. Happy birthday to my sister, my cousin, my baby birthday on Monday.
My son's birthday is today. Happy birthday to my son.
Let's get them out. Anybody else got some birthdays coming up? Anybody?
Happy birthday for everybody. Birthday in the month of November.
All the Scorpios.
Scorpio season.
Mm-hmm.
Feel what I'm saying? We was up in here talking. You know what I mean? Already getting the conversation started about privacy. I think we should continue to start off right there where we is at.
With the location?
Yeah. So Keena, I ain't gonna say, you know what I mean? My bad. Keena, block that out. Boop. You know
No, I said my name is Sukena.
Okay.
Sometimes I be wanting people to call me Sukena.
Okay. Sukena was asking her question off the camera, which was a pretty good question. You could go ahead. You want to state the premises?
Would you share your location with your significant other?
Fellas, I'm gonna let y'all go first. I think I'm in the longest relationship here, so I'm gonna let y'all go first.
Should we put a time frame on it? Like,
No.
Just would you do it?
Nah.
I think it's a time frame for me, personally.
Oh, you said no?
I was gonna say this. Damn near the same thing. I mean, if I first meet her, nah, I'm not sharing my location. You know what I'm saying? I gotta get to know you first. You know what I mean? I don't just want you to pull up and, you know what I mean? Even if I ain't doing nothing, you pull up tripping. Oh, where you over? You know, I don't got time for all that. You know what I'm saying? I want to
staking the motherfucker out.
I want to feel you out first. You know what I'm saying? And then when I trust you enough, you know.
Hell yeah, nigga be on the move too much. You feel me?
Once you're in a committed relationship.
If I'm in a committed relationship, I think motherfuckers got to share that location just a little bit. I'm not saying I'm about to pop up, but I'm not gonna ask you to share the location. I'm gonna just ask you where you at. You feel me?
Are you guys basing this off safety? Like, are you like, okay, actually, I will share my location because I want to make sure that she's safe or, you know?
At most.
That's a good question.
Or
I'm gonna say
at that point, I'm not about to tell this bitch where I'm at 24/7.
At that point in time, it ain't. I mean, safety. You know, I can call you.
Let me tell you, I hike, so
that's different. You on a hike?
I mean, anything can happen though. Somebody can snatch your girl up, and nobody has her location because I shared my location with family members, a few friends, and I was sharing my location with the person that I was with.
So what happens when your phone turn off? See, it's like you got to think about like
it'll at least show your last location. I know this for sure because I lost my phone, so it'll at least show your last location.
I think if you was going to hikes, if my lady was going on hikes, at least without me or with me, we definitely got to share that location to be preventative. Definitely. I don't give a fuck if we putting a tracker up on a goddamn truck or a shoe or something. But if a mountain lion ate me, y'all need to kill this motherfucker. but I'm definitely, I think for me it's just time. I can't see myself just talking to a woman and like let's say like 2 or 3 months we in, 4 months, 6 months. and she asking me to share my location, I'm gonna think like, I'm not tripping about what you asking about because I understand what you asking for, but it's like, don't you think we moving like a little too fast? Like, don't we got to build up some type of trust line? But you can ask me where I'm at and FaceTime me. You feel me? You could definitely FaceTime me. I share the background and let you know I ain't fucking around.
I honestly, I can't even remember why I asked my ex to share his location with me. I know it was because of some type of trust thing, you know, most likely. And we had this thing with the phones at that point where we had each other passcodes. It wasn't too much going on, so it wasn't like I couldn't just go to his phone and he couldn't just go to my phone. But he said he didn't like it. He was like, I don't like that I have to share my location with you. And I was checking it a lot. Like,
that's why.
But it was helping me because if he was at home, I'm like, he sleep. If I seen when he was at the barbershop, I seen when he was at his best friend's house.
That's a leash. That's a leash.
So this is why I stopped. When he stopped sharing his location with me, he must have blocked me, or we must have got into it about something. I did not go back to that because I was like, I do not want to be obsessive like this ever again in life. And I started sharing my location with him recently, and he was like, it's unnecessary. I don't need it. But because of the circumstances of our situation, I felt more comfortable giving it to him so that he can start to regain trust for me. So if that was the case, would y'all do that?
If somebody cheated and you got to regain trust, you said, would you do that?
I ain't say I cheated.
She didn't.
I'm not
she didn't say she cheated. She said she was obsessed with him. Obsessed with his location, right? But he stopped sharing his location because they got into it, right? So, is it wrong for you? You saying to feel like that?
Like what?
Like what was your question?
So I said basically why I don't think that it would be good for me because I became obsessive. So when the situation came back up, I'm like, no, I'm okay. It at first it bothered me because I was so used to checking the location, but after a while I was like, that's cool because this is a very unhealthy habit.
Well, there you go, mental health.
So
we get into mental health right there. That was a part of mental health right there. You know, you were so obsessed with checking it. What if you would have found something that you didn't want to find? Now you would have been
the location.
Then
the relationship would be over.
But since you said you was obsessed, at that point in time, you probably wouldn't never thought of what you was going to do if you would have seen something that you didn't want to see.
I mean, I always know that if I pop up and you doing some wild shit, then what's going to happen is going to happen.
Exactly.
Making a scene? You making a scene?
I feel like that was the best.
Yeah, I am making a scene.
I feel like that was the best thing for you.
To not have the location no more?
Yes, it's because now you got
but I mean, goddamn, I still popped up so many times. I still knew exactly where he was at all the time.
Oh,
because
you actually popping up?
Oh man.
See, that's
if I'm smoking a blunt with Banx and we chilling and I'm sitting outside and be like,
that's
well,
what
what the
saying.
fuck is she doing? She don't think I'm here?
My boyfriend never cared. He'll tell me all the time, like, you know where I'm at? And I do. I mean, my ex, I do know where he's at all the time.
So where the reason why you doing that is because it's trust. So since he's actually telling you where he is at, and you popping up and he's showing you where he at, you know, he's there whenever you get there, your mental state of the trust level with him. That's what it is. Your trust level with him.
You don't trust him.
But hold on.
Yeah, we don't trust each other.
There you go. You didn't trust your mindset of thinking that he was not doing nothing. You know what I mean? You could think about all that he ain't doing nothing, but on the back of your head, shit, he probably is.
And I never caught him doing nothing.
I
never caught him doing anything.
But that's the thing. That's the thing. It's just the mental state. Everything in a relationship is mental. I'm telling you. That's where a lot of mental health come into play. A lot of people be stressed out about bills and shit, and they don't do the same thing they do when they stressed out about their companion doing some shit. They go all the way, you know what I'm saying,
true.
To 100, but they can't do it. They ain't gonna do it for their bills. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So you got to look at that too. You know what I'm saying? That mental state play a role. You know what I mean? When you break up with your spouse, you know what I'm saying? Most people shut down.
Definitely.
for months.
Yeah.
Definitely.
You know what I mean?
Definitely.
They go into depression modes.
Yeah.
They go into all these type of modes
Get hurt.
because you so used to being around that person. You know what I mean? But then you gotta understand it's trust. That's why a lot of relationships don't last because of trust. Because it's not because it's because of trust. It's because somebody else own feelings. Like my feelings, like I think like, oh, she ain't.
Insecurities.
Yeah, there you go, your insecurities.
Uh-huh.
There you go.
Which goes into mental health, like you said. Definitely could be a little insecurity, but there's nothing wrong with that. Like some people, I talked to some people. They said some women. They said they don't like niggas jealous, and some women said they do like a jealous nigga because it mean good and bad.
No,
but jealous don't mean like acting out like in a you know what I mean.
But a jealous sign is a sign of
Insecurity.
mental health.
Yeah, that's
you know
true.
what I'm saying. Like you
Yeah.
gotta look at that. That's a sign. Why you gonna be? Why you want this man to be jealous? So you gonna go out and mess with all these dudes or be around these dudes or talk to these just to make him jealous?
Just to get a reaction out of it.
Sometimes a woman ain't got to do all that for a nigga to
sometimes you
get
don't have
jealous.
to do nothing. Sometimes men are just naturally jealous and come to you insecure already. And you're not doing anything. I have firsthand experience with that.
Because now he feel like he ain't better than you. I mean, he feel
Good
like
enough.
he feel like he ain't good enough for you.
What if this person is insecure and jealous in general with his last person and the person before that? What if this is just a character trait of this person? It has nothing to do
They
with
need
me.
to do some soul
There
digging
you
by
go.
themselves.
It's themselves.
Definitely.
Himself. You know,
Definitely.
reason I can tell you this because I went through this. You know what I'm saying? So that's what for real shit. So that's why I say mental health is real big in a relationship. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got to have a foundation. If you ain't got no foundation with yourself, then how you gonna build something with somebody else?
Definitely.
That's true.
A lot of people build on top of no foundation, and then next thing you know, you could push it over. You could blow it down with some wind. You know what I mean? You could push your house over with this because you ain't got no foundation.
Mm-hmm.
But if you got a strong foundation, nothing can't push it over. That's understanding one another. That's what a relationship is. Understanding and communication. That's it.
So y'all going to therapy?
I would go to therapy if I really, you know what I mean? I would do a lot for my relationship if I felt like I wanted to be with her and I wanted this to work. You feel what I'm saying? I would definitely go to therapy.
Would you go to therapy?
I think niggas need
prior
therapy
to
in general.
A relationship, outside of the relationship.
Yes, to
Yeah.
work on yourself.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think all black people, in my opinion, need therapy in general
Yeah,
because it's a lot of shit
really.
that we don't talk to other people about or it can't because we're afraid to vent to some people because some people might tell this motherfucker, that motherfucker, that motherfucker.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then we bottle it in, and not everybody can mentally strong enough to really hold in everything, all the pain that they're dealing with. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
I definitely a big advocate for black people getting like therapy or like anger management or anything
they
like
can't deal with it, so what they do, either act out, they cry, they go into depression mode,
Emotional.
everything starts tumbling down.
And
You know
then
what I
once
mean?
they let it out, they gonna let it out for sure.
Exactly.
We
Yeah.
talk about the Scorpio factor.
Oh my
Like, for
goodness.
real, like,
I'm over here drowning.
it's only so much we can hold in. You feel me?
That's people.
No, I'm just fucking. I'm just
You know
fucking
what I'm
around.
saying?
I'm just fucking around.
That's people, man. You know, I feel like, everybody got their breaking point. You know what I'm saying? Who don't got a breaking point? You know what I mean? Whether it's with a spouse, mom, dad, grandma,
Definitely.
job, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everybody has a breaking point. Even with they self. Some people be like, shit, I'm tired of living like this. I need to fucking do this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's when you know you at your bottom and you be talking to yourself and having a conversation with yourself. You know what I mean? So
You ain't got to be at the bottom for that. That's just self-reflection.
but most people talk about it when they get to the bottom and they stressed out.
I
you know.
self-reflect every time I'm in the car by myself on everything.
Me too.
Like I'll be just in a daydream. Yeah, shout Yeah, Grind Face. I see you shout out to Grind Face. You feel what I'm saying? He said Banx dropping jams. You need to put Banx up on Grind Face for dropping the jams instead of just dancing and being in the hot tub.
100.
Oh, get therapy for my business. Simple dot psychotherapy with Grind Face. My bad.
Grind.
Tap in with ProHustle's own innovative culture. Smoke screen. Hook Tuka. Raja Bakes.
Yes,
SRT
Raja
Pack.
Bakes.
Tap in with everybody, motherfucker. We all got something going, and it gotta go. You feel what I'm saying? Next topic, which I want to talk about. I want to talk about the baby. How do y'all feel about how he handled the situation? The whole, we all on the outside looking in, regardless. But then when they go live, do y'all think I'm gonna start off with the fellas on this one. Do y'all think he was fair for putting her out like that after she just had his baby? If they not together or whatever the case may be?
Shit. Like I said, we don't know what happened though. We don't know who, you feel me, started the shit. You feel me?
That's my thing too.
And then, you know, women, they always gonna make it seem like they ain't do shit when they done did all kind of crazy shit.
See, I just had an argument with a woman on Instagram about that, man. About that, what's his name? Zach Stacy. You know, the football player.
He felt like he was gonna put his hands on her. Then he called the police. Like,
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna call the police before I go upside your head. Cause you know what type of nigga the baby is.
Yeah.
I just saying.
But would you have put your woman out after she just had a baby 3 months? Like, you know what I mean? I'm assuming that's his baby, right? And she just had a baby, right?
I wouldn't put her.
Yeah, nah.
I wouldn't put her out. But what I would do,
I just leave.
if I don't want her, you know what I'm saying? I talk to her after, you know, and let her know, like, look, I take care of the baby and all that stuff, but I gotta move on with my life. You know what I'm saying? I won't do it over the internet. You know what I'm saying? She's feeding the baby. You know what I'm saying? She's feeding her baby. You know what I'm saying? She's trying to mother her baby. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't put her out like that. You know what I'm saying? And he said she only had 1 bag, 2 bags. You know what I'm saying? Like, he wanted to go to a hotel, man. Look, like I told myself, I don't give a fuck how much I don't like my baby mamas. If I get rich, I'm gonna buy both of them a house, and that's it. So, you know, just because I got my kids. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Other than that, I wouldn't buy them nothing. But you know, it's out of respect, you know, for your kids. You know what I'm saying? I feel like fuck her. You know what I'm saying? He disrespected his kid.
Myself personally, I don't know if I would even put that shit up on Instagram like that on live, because
He disrespected his kid.
I don't think that shit even being up on there, because that's personal, you know, between me and her. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, I think something should, you know what I mean, that shouldn't have been up on there. But I understand why he did it, you know, because of his status. You feel what I'm saying? His a little greater than hers. But I wouldn't, like Pac said, or Banx, I would already left. If I really felt a certain way, I would have left her there. But me myself, I wouldn't even have put her out. We would have definitely had a real conversation. You know what I mean? Where the fuck is this going if we not exclusive? You feel me? Because it seemed like she think they like exclusive, and he kind of like, bitch, like, I'm the baby. Like, what the fuck wrong with you? You know what I mean? I just had babies.
He's still
Not like that.
Look, the baby's still living his life. He young, he rich, he got money.
Hey, but then some of them don't really know how to let go too, though. You tell them, you feel me, like, I ain't trying to fuck with you no more. Like, man, boy.
He actually told her that on camera, and she still was like, hey, and she could have walked away as well.
That's what I'm saying. They really be starting
you know
tripping.
Like, she actually stayed there to the next day to get filmed again.
Kina, what you think from a female's perspective? A woman, a mother.
First, I think that I always thought she was a side chick, to be honest. When the situation was happening, she had a lot of stuff like hidden videos and shit, you know, that she couldn't post until a certain point. You get what I'm saying? So I always thought she was a side chick. Yeah. But I think he has enough money to where he didn't have to do something like this. He could have just left. You got money. It's not a huge inconvenience. I didn't think it was a huge inconvenience at that time. The next day, I definitely would have addressed it. She probably would have definitely had to leave, but with a baby that's 3 months old and she was in the bed feeding the baby, I thought that was terrible.
That was.
Now, he said she was a side bitch. She wanted to hit him, but the camera was on, so she couldn't, which it is offensive, but I think she was delusional about her role. But I don't think he was.
I think she had got some assault.
Yeah, because she knocked the phone out of his hand.
Yeah, I think she got some assault charges.
But I definitely thought the situation was sad because it's a little baby, and she just literally had the baby. I mean, 3 months it kind of just was like, damn. But I believe everything he said. I just don't think that he had to embarrass her like that. But I also believe that she's a little crazy over him. So. Because I'm the type of person, sometimes I do extreme things so that a situation can be over. What if that was his only way out, no matter how corny it was?
And he didn't want to let her down in a respectful way and let her know, like,
I mean, what if he already tried that? What if he already respectfully tried to say, look, we're not together? yeah, you had a baby, but I'm not your nigga. And what if none of that shit worked? So the next thing is to fuck some shit up, do some shit that you can't come back from. And it really didn't have that big of an effect on him, because I done been seeing everybody post this video of him dancing, and bitches is like, I love him, he's so fine, he this and that. I'm like, so I guess, you know, it really don't matter like that what he
just
did
issues, personal issues that everybody go through. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's all it is. He just, you know, put on, but he did pretty good with not upsetting himself. You know, being the status he in, and then also with the past history with the LBGT, because then they go say he a gay hater and then homophobic and a woman hater.
But do you consider yourself a good father if you're putting a 3-month-old baby out in the middle of the night?
That was my issue. That's why I was saying, like, I couldn't have done that, because my connection with my child, you feel me, that's brand new. You feel what I'm saying? And it got to be something going on there with me and the baby. You feel what I'm saying? I obviously liked her in some form or fashion. You feel me? I don't know where they at now, but it's just like, come on, bro. You know what I mean? That's why I was saying it like that. Like, that's, I don't know.
And the baby needs the mom and the dad. Right. So if you penalize her in this way, where you try to take the baby or something like that, the baby suffers. The baby needs her mom. Her mom is not doing nothing crazy to her. She's doing something crazy to him.
Yeah, we got to set that up on Grind Face. We got you, man. We going to try to get that set up, man. Her brother do need to fade. Her brother need to fade.
Who's her brother?
Her brother, yeah.
Her brother need to fade.
I would do it. I mean, I would want my brother to do it. Just a nigga. Oh. I mean, just a man.
Oh, yeah.
He went off on the baby on Instagram.
Yeah, because that's kind of fucked up. It's just my perspective. It's just like, come on, bro. Like, you taking this shit a little too far.
It's no coming back from it. So maybe this is his permanent way out. Like, if she goes back to him, how stupid would she look?
Right.
Well.
And I've been there, so I know.
It depends on what she's looking for. She already got a security somewhat with the baby. If she decides to put him on child, you know what I mean, take that route. You feel what I'm saying? But if she really like him and he eventually come to a conclusion, like, I like this bitch, let's try to make it work. I like this lady, let's try to make it work real quick, and they could do that. Because Paul George,
oh my God,
he had a similar situation where he was going out with Doc Rivers' daughter, married and engaged, went out fucking with a little fine stripper, same thing like Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And had a baby by her, and then left his fiance to create a family.
Kevin Hart.
You feel me?
Yeah, that's true.
So I think it really depends on both of them and what they looking for. If he ain't looking for that, then it just obviously ain't gonna work.
I don't think he's looking for that, to be honest.
It's in his court.
And I think that she's gonna be too embarrassed to publicly be back with him for a while.
Mm.
Yeah.
So I got a question. I was watching I'll be watching like Derek Grace. Y'all know who Derek Grace is?
Yeah.
So I'll be watching him. And he was telling this dude, he was like, I wanna ask you, is it true, you know, like, if you provide a woman with everything, you know what I'm saying, pay the bills, do this, do that y'all get even freakier? You know what I'm saying? Like that's what he said. He said your girl gonna want you to do she gonna let you do anything and everything too.
I think so. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
All right.
It's like when your man is doing everything right, you want to please him in all like ways.
He deserve it.
Yes, like you deserve it. You know, I for sure feel like that though. Do you feel like women can sometimes feel, do women feel unappreciative in some of the aspects of relationship coming from the guys in? Yeah. Yeah. You want to talk about that? For me, I try to, I used to not say thank you. And I had a boyfriend and he was like, you don't never say thank you. And when he said that, I was like, oh, fuck. You right. You know, it made me feel crappy because I'm like, you know, the man was doing a lot and I never said, you know, thank you. So there's little things that my ex changed and or tried to do differently, and I was still tripping on certain things. So I couldn't really like I didn't really give him proper appreciation, even though in our situation we were two people who really did appreciate each other. We said thank you, you know, we expressed that often, but some of that slipped through the cracks with me for sure.
The guys, expression.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very, very big for a lot of black guys. I'll be all right with it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Came to terms with it because sometimes you got to let it be known. But I noticed a lot of my male family members, male homies, they be like, "Why you just don't tell her what you just told me?" And it's like, well, niggas gonna lose out on a lot not being more
honest.
Being more expressive.
Honest.
Definitely.
You know, a lot of people think some people can't handle the honesty. That's one, and you know they don't want to get embarrassed. You know, if you know that's like a man asking a woman to marry him and she walk off. You know what I'm saying?
That's part of the game, though.
Yeah, but you know at that point in time it's like damn. You know, people don't want to feel that way, definitely. At that point in time, you know, it's like, shit, that's what happened.
She do that, your ass definitely going viral for sure too.
Yeah,
everybody got their phone
you know what I'm saying?
all kind of shit, boy.
You got to look at that, man. It's a lot of stuff that go on with that, you know. So, and that's why I feel like when a man get hurt nowadays,
it's overlooked.
It's overlooked, but now it's not because these men is killing these women. Pause. You know what I'm saying? You know, but it's kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying? It went from, you know, beating them to, you know, getting just outraged. You know what I mean? And then it went from women putting cars on flat to blowing cars up. To, you know what I'm saying?
Somebody blowing some shit up?
You ain't seen it went a lot. I'm just saying.
I've seen that video. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you feel me? But I'm just expressing certain things that I just seen women do. You know what I mean?
Shit up, beating shit up.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean I've been there.
They put their hands on a man too.
You done something like that before?
Recently, yep.
You care to expose or talk?
She put sugar in a tank.
No, it was worse than that, but it was like it was pretty bad, but it was
I don't need you incriminating yourself.
No, that's why I'm not gonna say what I did, but it was terrible and it made me feel really bad. Really bad.
Again, that's when that mental health come in.
And I want to pay for it, you know, but he like, nah.
See, that's another thing that the way like that
he
goes.
Bad.
Yeah,
he ain't let you pay for that shit. He pissed off.
No, he feel like, you know, he's damaged some of my stuff too, so he's you know.
Okay.
So we'll go back and
this
forth.
is the first time that I've really done anything like that in over a year. So
damn.
I mean, it's been over a year, but the relationship has been like 14 months. So for the time that we've been together, that was my first time doing anything wild like that.
And what was what was his like take on that? Like,
he was so quiet. I was like, yeah, he gonna kill me. You know, like I was scared. I was at the house hiding out. I'm like, I'm a dead person. You know, I was like, yeah, this is it. And he came to me kind of like apologetic to a certain extent.
Understanding. You know, he I live by these rules right here, and you understand. You know, what is it? You understand. No.
You smoking too much. Come on.
Bishop Banx.
You recognize, you understand, and you execute. You know what I'm saying? So you recognize the situation. That's what he did. Okay, she mad, boom, she did this. He understand why you did it, and the way he executed it was perfect. Slam dunk.
Wait. Real quick. I want to ask one thing. I don't mean to take the conversation this way. Banx, who the fuck you been talking to?
Why?
Cause you lately, I've been listening to you just be shutting the fuck up. When you even on your birthday bash, I'm like, this nigga actually making sense now. And I ain't got to fucking say it. But then you said the recognize, understand, like you got whatever class you taking is helping you.
YouTube, self-help.
You know what I mean? Nah, because sometimes I used to, you know what I mean, try to preach this shit, certain things to him about direction and, you know, just where you're going. Sometimes he could be hard-headed. But I say as of lately, he got to keep it up, though. Consistency is key.
Yes.
You know what I mean? But he been saying some things that's like, and I've been wanting to say that on camera. You've been saying some things that's like, that's my brother? Not like that, but
Oh, he
normally
making you proud.
no, normally he'd be just like, nah, fuck that, fuck her, and fuck that, you know what I mean, fuck that bitch.
Really?
Just a little
my
bit.
God.
He could be a little rough, you know what I mean, a
I'm
little aggressive, a little
appalled.
rough around the edges. But lately, he sound like he's like that right there, the little 3-piece he just said is like,
That's what I do.
that's actually right. You know what I mean? Recognize, understand, and execute. Because you know now, you know, self-reflect. You understand it's a problem. You know what I mean? What you go do about it? Figure out a way to, you know what I mean, resolve the situation. You know what I mean? And a lot of people don't do that, especially in the black community. They'd rather just keep arguing rather than like resolving situations. Niggas want beef. I'm gonna leave the beef alone. What's your deal breaker in a relationship? Like, I tend to think like the littlest things
Oh
is
my
the things that
God.
make the best things about somebody. You feel what I'm saying? Because
Toes.
everybody ain't gonna do the little things. I'm talking about like even doing things, whether it's like
okay,
a friendship
okay.
or, you know, you can talk about body too.
No.
But I was talking more so relationship wise.
It's self care. Number one, if you stink,
Hygiene.
self care. Period. You know, hair done, nails done. You know what I'm saying?
Hold it.
You don't always gotta have your nails and hair done. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want to see you all the time in a goddamn.
Get solo on
You know
the
what I'm
show.
saying?
That's
A
twice.
rag. You
Just
know
keep
what I mean?
yourself up. That's
Yeah.
you feel me?
Yeah.
That's what we saying.
You know, what else? No, I don't really like to argue with my woman no more.
Oh God, I hate that shit.
Don't come at me with no arguing. Don't do none of that. I'm good.
Niggas
You know
do
what I'm
want
saying?
peace. We gotta have a conversation and talk about what's going on, but all like it's like
When you get to arguing, I'm gonna say, all right, I'm gonna go in the next room, or I'm gonna go somewhere, and then I'm gonna come out. You good? You all right? And then we can chop it up.
And then the trust shit too, like, you feel me? Always thinking you doing something. Oh, you ain't answer your phone for 10 minutes, you fucking somebody. Like, God damn, I can't make a play or something. Like, what the fuck?
Excuse me. That's a deal breaker for me too now. If I gotta call you out the first time if I gotta call you out your name one time, if I gotta say bitch or anything, if I gotta say that, that's not us. We don't work. You know what I mean? Because that means you gonna do something else to make me do the same thing. So I don't even want that. You know what I mean? I know it's gonna be bumps and stuff like that in the road. I'm not saying like if we like 2 years down the road, then come out and say, okay, you know what I mean, we gonna work on that. But if we just now starting off, that's a deal breaker for me, for sure.
real.
I don't want to deal with it. If I see you
just starting off, you definitely can't be
nagging
arguing
and,
all goddamn
you
day.
doing this, that's a deal breaker. All that's a deal breaker to me.
You just got my number last week.
Do y'all feel like the fellas argue just as like pick
Yes, sir.
arguments just as much as the
Yes, sir.
ladies though?
Yes, sir.
Cause I done seen some shit where they like, what the fuck are they
Yes, sir.
talking about? Why they both just like kind of apologize and they still back at the same goddamn shit.
Because it ain't no understanding. Nobody recognize shit because we arguing. That's the problem. Most relationships are more so fussing instead of talking. You know what I'm saying? That's why a lot of people don't work with their baby mama or their baby daddy. You have a baby, y'all all good friends before y'all have a baby. Next thing you know, boom. It happens like that.
See,
know
but
what I'm saying?
this is why one thing I tend to really like or value in a relationship is friendship. And I don't think too many people speak upon that because I think, especially for a lot of guys, they want a woman that they can chill with, hang with, do all these things with, and still be cool and be respectful of space. You know, just understand them. But I think a lot of relationships don't even go for.
It don't go that far. It don't go
me?
that far. We in the club. As soon as you leave the club, we fucking. You might get a baby out that motherfucker. You know. I'm just saying that's how
I
the
got a
shit
real
go.
love story, so I don't know nothing.
No, but I'm just.
Yeah,
saying,
I ain't got none of that right now.
but I'm just saying that's how most. That's why I said most. That's how most shit. Most relationships start like that. They go to the club. You meet them outside. Whatever you do, boom. They gonna fuck either that week or the next week. They gonna fuck before a month. Period. You might have.
FYI, that's not how I met any of my dudes ever in life.
But no, that's why I said some.
Never.
That's why I said some. Some women. You got some women that don't. You got some men that don't. You
And
know
I
what I'm
be in
saying?
the club.
But I'm just saying you got most women that do that. You know what I'm saying?
I don't be in the club
look
like
at
that.
everybody that done had babies and that's not what they baby daddy
Bitches
need.
ain't even
And
dancing.
then you'll be like, hey, how long was you with your baby mama? Oh man, I was only with her for shit.
She got
2
pregnant
months.
the first week.
Yeah, you know
First
what I'm saying?
night.
That's
I
how
mean-
it go. and then y'all never had a conversation. Y'all never even went hung around each other except for that day, or you know what I'm saying, or just to drink, smoke, or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Well, then that means y'all wasn't together.
Exactly.
So this is more of a baby mama, baby daddy situation.
But that's a relationship. It becomes a relationship though.
In a committed relationship, having a baby.
But it becomes
and breaking up.
It becomes a relationship.
But
You know
that's
what I'm
also
saying?
because y'all being immature. I think the people that's doing it are being immature about what a relationship is, instead of coming in and setting boundaries and then looking for the friendship for immediately.
I can't
Some people
say-
might be having fun and they get to liking each other and then get attached.
I can't say
Then turn it into a relationship.
I can't say
Yeah.
immature. I can say irresponsible. You know what I'm saying?
I give you that one too.
Yeah,
I give you that one too.
I can't say immature.
I give you
know
that
what
one
I'm
too.
saying?
I give you that one
Because
too.
we all kids. We all immature. We don't know shit, but we was irresponsible because we was taught certain things.
Yeah, but everybody don't do the same thing as everybody.
But we
So,
was taught
like,
the
you know what I
same.
mean? It's kind of like
Most people was taught the same thing.
to each his own.
Man.
To each his own.
To each his own. You feel what I'm saying? To each his own. Anybody else got? Go ahead.
We was
Oh,
we was
the
taught the
deal
same.
breaker.
Go that way.
Okay, yeah.
What,
No, but don't go that way. I'm hard.
what was your deal breaker? Because we got on a whole nother subject.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. You know.
my deal breaker. Like I said, my deal breaker is, you feel me, somebody who just like he said, arguing all the time, because I hate being in arguments and shit like that. You feel me? And then it's the trust shit. Like, you feel me? You always accusing and all this shit like that. Like,
If you accuse me, don't fuck with me.
on the real.
That's what I say.
But would you give a person?
If the glove don't fit, quit.
Okay, that's what I was about to say. Like, if you bet, because I hear a lot of people. Sometimes a lot of us say a lot of things, but it's like, damn. But sometimes we could give people excuses or reasons to say, like, what the fuck are you doing? If you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, but
And then as niggas, sometimes we don't even clear.
Let me ask you.
Some niggas don't even clear it up. You
I
feel
got a
me?
question for you.
Fuck that bitch.
What?
So, do you ever think that your dude is doing something because of his friends?
No. My ex has good friends. I love his friends. I don't think that no, he don't have those type of friends. But I have been with people who have those type of friends. But this man and his friends, they some of the dopest people that I know,
Okay.
and that's a gem right there.
so.
honestly.
But what if he had some hoe friends though? Like, you feel me?
Luckily, they're not hoes.
No, I'm just saying though. What if he did?
I believe that he does have some hoe friends, but he's a very strong-minded man on what he believes in his principles. So he could be next to a nigga that's cheating, but that's not gonna necessarily make him do it. Or I do think that sometimes he is influenced easily, but not when it like alters his character, who he is. So.
I was gonna ask him, but I don't want to. I don't know if he watch it or I don't want him to put that together.
What?
Nothing.
He watching? He watching?
Nah, it's cool.
Just say it.
Have you ever like thought about stepping out?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh Lord. I have never thought about stepping out.
I think that's a
We
round table
did
question.
break up. And we both kind of yeah, he's right here. He just said hi. We broke up and we both started entertaining other people.
Okay.
And I definitely regret my entertainment. I don't think that's a topic right there. I think that when you are not for sure that you and this person are done, don't talk to nobody. Just
Most def.
focus on yourself and just, relax. Because I think in my situation, I felt like I pushed him to somebody else and he pushed me to somebody
Okay.
else, to be honest. It's just with my personality, I think that if somebody does something to me, when I do it, it's not going to be the same level. And I think that's where mental health comes in, because what you did to me was a 3 and I did a 7.
Oh, yeah,
That's how I feel.
you're
Took it
very
too far.
you're very revengeful.
And I don't
So,
mean to be, but I think that like naturally I have a
your
spoiled
sign?
personality. I'm Aquarius.
Okay.
I have
you
a
air sign.
spoiled personality, and I also have like an impulsive disorder. So man, sometimes I'm like, I accept what happened, and then I'll be sitting up and I'm like, nope, never mind. And then I go for it. And that's just my impulsiveness. So I do tell people like, hey, this is what I can't tolerate. So if I tell you what I can't tolerate and I'm still dealing with you, I may end up doing something that is not beneficial for both of us.
Do you think that's something that, though, if they do it at a certain point in time, you get to live them, do you think that's something you can grow to work on and not, you know what I mean, like open up the toleration box a little bit more?
Honestly,
you know what I mean?
For me, yeah.
That's what compromising, long term get to being.
But it had to take this really extreme event to happen for me to say, okay, you know what? I never want to do this again. I never want to be this way again. And I have been feeling impulsive, but it has not been as bad as it was 3 weeks ago when I told y'all, whatever. But it had to get really bad for me to say, you know what, never again would I ever do this shit.
So tell me some of the things that you do, some exercises that you do.
That's a good one.
To actually help yourself cope with, the mental health stage, instead of
with as far as
violence.
I took this shit. so I actually see a psychiatrist and a therapist. I actually started medication, and I for years didn't even want to do that, but I was just like Prozac. So I even gave that a chance, and I never agreed with taking medication because somebody very close to me was on medicine for a long time, and I really feel like it just fucked her up. I hated what it did to her. And I was totally against it. But what happened and how impulsive I was pushed me to the point where I was like, I need help. And I never want to be like this again. So it's like rehab. When a person goes to rehab and they get clean, for sure, and they're, 15, 16 years in, they had to get pushed to the point where they were like, I'm completely done with this. I'll never go back. And it works for a lot of people. Some people it does not work for. That's why people relapse.
People relapse because they want to.
I don't want to relapse. So
something you said made me think about my next question for everybody.
When I went to go get help, I got all the possible help so that I'm not relapsing in this way ever again, because it placed a lot of guilt on me because I didn't feel like I was the person doing a lot of hurting in my relationship, and then I just had to do something that was totally out of character and very hurtful.
So okay, I'm gonna tell you a story.
And guilt is heavy as fuck.
Guilt is a sign of everything is mental health. There's ways to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? You first again you gotta look at the like what am I guilty about? And then you gotta understand why you get, and then all of it's the same thing. It's always gonna add up to that, because that's the nature of life. You gotta look and see what's going on and understand it. You know what I'm saying? So. I'll take these classes too, so, and these are men classes, but, I got these, the teacher, he like kind of put us on game, you know what I mean? Because there are good women, there are good men, you know what I'm saying? And certain women don't take accountability for what they do, you know what I mean? And a lot of women do provoke men to do a lot of things behind closed doors, and then when you do something that offends them, or you hurt them or whatever, they call the police. So that's their revenge. But he was, he give us game where you don't have to deal with that. There's certain ways you can talk to your woman, and certain ways you can calm a woman down. Definitely. By speaking to her in a certain way. Definitely. It's key words that you can tell your woman, if you know your woman, that she will understand and calm down. Is game. You know what I mean? I just be in class, I be listening and seeing what's going on, because it helped me understand women too.
So you said there's good men and good women. Do you believe that good men and good women can make mistakes in relationships?
Yes, they can.
But are you holding that against them forever? You know that they're a good woman. You know that they're a good man. But they did something.
You're not holding it against them, but because you're going to forgive them. But
how can you forgive?
But you would never forget it.
Because I cannot forgive an incident. I cannot forgive something that was done to me.
I think forgiveness begins to be a growth process that you take on eternally within yourself. You have to
be able to forgive yourself first, or
however you got to deal with it. Because I know it's times where I could say, let's say, I done got hurt before in certain situations where it feel like, damn, for me, I had to tell a person how I fucking feel, whether it was like right or wrong. You feel what I'm saying? But definitely with full understanding of everything that have, you know what I mean, could have went wrong or could have not went wrong. You feel me? It took some time for me just to work in that old, you know what I mean, working that old feeling of what used to be. You could say that. You feel what I'm saying? But ain't nothing never fully left because you kind of still like tied to, you know, tied to a person, but you know what I mean? But it's kind of like you ain't gonna say start out over, but you get to being friends again. You feel me? Because it's, you know what I mean, friendship can cure a lot of things because when y'all friends, y'all really understand like, I'm not gonna do, you know what I mean?
That's what I want.
You feel me? Like it's
definitely
a friendship because when you friends, because you know whether it's brothers, sisters, all of that is still like a friendship relationship.
What comes first with rebuilding a friendship? You got to go through something first. It's called awkwardness. Shit gonna be awkward as a mother. You have to go through
trials and tribulation.
No, you just have to. It's gonna be an awkward stage.
Yeah.
And that stage don't know how long that stage might last. It might last 6 months. It might last a year. It might last 3 weeks.
No, I agree.
And if you can't get through that stage right there, y'all won't be friends ever again.
Yeah. That shit is hard though.
It's going to be hard because the trust is not there. That's what the awkwardness is about. No fucking trust. You know, y'all got to start trying to trust. Y'all trying to trust somebody, a person that hurt you. You know, that hurt you.
Yeah.
That you fell off. So it's gonna be kind of hard to trust that person. So
This nigga gonna make me unblock. What's the name? He got me over here drowning.
Know what I'm saying? I got some game, you know, but
I don't need to hear it. I'm just kidding.
Nah, but you know, you gotta trust one another. That's what it is. That's the only way you're gonna rebuild your friendship.
Shit, a lot of people go into situations never trusting a person.
Definitely.
So that's not your friend.
Definitely.
So that's not your friend.
How am I my friend?
Your boyfriend, if you go into a relationship without trusting, or even trying to build trust with that person, that's not your friend. Period. Because your friend, since you don't trust them, you're gonna do untrustly like things to them, and they gonna see it, and they not in their head they gonna be like, I don't trust this person either. So now y'all fucking don't like each other, but y'all friends.
What if you don't trust nobody? Like, I feel like I have friends that I don't trust.
Maybe that's something that you don't trust within yourself.
Well, I got PTSD. Trust me, and I know that I do. My psychiatrist.
What kind of PTSD?
You be paranoid of yourself.
From my upbringing, from my parents.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of people just be living off the past.
Okay.
With that, the last
I was just about to bring that
mistakes,
up about childhood or younger growing up traumas.
See, okay,
that's what fucks up a lot of things in relationships and anything.
Now I'm gonna tell you some crazy
Mom,
shit.
Dad, you know what I mean, whatever.
I'm gonna tell you some crazy shit. So I got this girl, and her past, she used to get abused by her man, like beat. So now she met me, and whenever I called her just to touch her face or whatever, she'll flinch, and I notice it, and I tell her, you ain't gotta worry about that. I ain't gonna put, you know what I'm saying? And she like, no, it's just, and I'm like, you gotta calm down.
I know
That's how I grew up.
But that's
I grew up flinching.
That's called relationship PTSD. You know what I'm saying? That means she got PTSD from a relationship, and she gotta face that. You know what I mean? So if you don't face what's coming at you, you gonna always and run around it. You always gonna be scared of it. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta face what's going on. You know what I mean? Even if you gotta go back to your past and talk to that person that did it.
On everything.
That's the only way you gonna be able to get over some shit.
For real.
Cause I'm a type of person like that. I would want to know, you know what I mean, whether I got hurt. I don't give a fuck if a motherfucker cheated on me. I need to know every motherfucking thing. I don't give a fuck. Don't hold out. Cause I need to know how far in my mind that you done fucking went wrong. You know what I mean? That you done went too far, or
that's what my ex
you know what I
did.
mean? What the fuck going on? Let me know every motherfucking detail.
He did that, and I thought it was.
Then we go from there.
I thought it was unhealthy at first. I'm like, why do you need to know every detail? And I'm just like, you know what? Fuck it. If this is what you need, then that's what I'm gonna do.
See, because I felt it was fucked
up. Because I'm trying to understand how far you got to understand your woman or your spouse or another person. How far are they willing? Because that's part of a relationship.
Even if y'all take a break for like 2 years or something and then come back and talk, you know what I'm saying?
He's still gonna want to know.
Yeah, it don't matter. That's when you tell them. That's when you should be more comfortable telling them because you thought about it and you know, because like I ain't gonna lie, I had a woman named Bree, you know what I'm saying, and I had a baby on her, you know what I mean, and I didn't talk to her for a year. She didn't speak to me for like 2 years, but we actually she actually contacted me on Facebook, you know, and was like, oh man, you know, we talking and stuff like that, and I just broke it out. Shit, I apologize. Boom, you know, I had to man up for what I did. You know what I'm saying? And she respected me more. To this day, I can talk to her right now. You know what I'm saying? And that's, I feel like the truth. If you just come to somebody honest, you know what I'm saying, and you supposed to be their friend, shit, that's when the trust start.
Right.
You know
Definitely agree with that shit.
That's when the trust start.
How do y'all feel like trying to heal from things like childhood things? Because one thing, as me getting older, doing a lot of research, and Banx know I used to be up in there on my shit for some time, just be researching all goddamn day about a lot of things. And one thing I came across is that as we grow up, whether our parents were perfect, did their best, or just home situations, you feel me, environments and things like that, that tends to affect a lot of things as you grow up.
That's true.
You know what I mean? How you see the world, how you dibble dabble in it. You feel what I'm saying? You know what I mean? How do y'all?
It messes up your mental.
Most definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you grew up in a house upbringing where you see fighting all the time, you know what I'm saying? Your mental state, when you walk outside, you in the hood, and you know, you get so used to this environment you're around, and you see, you know what I'm saying, fighting, shooting dice. You think this is okay. Your mental state is there. You know what I mean? A lot of people, me and my brother, we was like so fortunate, like to even like get bussed out to like other schools, you know what I'm saying, to see different fucking shit. You know what I'm saying? Because if we would have been going to the same school around the hood, we'd seen the same shit every single day. And you don't want to get accustomed to that shit. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of motherfuckers don't even leave the hood, you feel me? Like, that's all they know, you feel me?
That was big for my mom.
You know?
That was big for her. She said we wasn't going to none of the schools around Firestone, you know what I mean, the Watts District, none of those schools. We was going to Carcer, and she made sure to like try to show us other shit except for Bandera. You feel what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
See, my mom, she was from South Central. She hates LA, 74th and Fig, and she hates LA. So we came to Long Beach when I was 3, and we was in a Carmelitos up until we was teens, you know, but we saw a whole bunch of violence. And I'm gonna share what my psychiatrist told me. I had a
What year was that?
What, in the Carmelitos?
Yeah.
We were in the Carmelitos from 93 to 2014. Yeah,
my father
got killed.
Just got killed, like around 90.
3 years.
Really?
In 1990 in the back, yeah.
Oh, okay. We wasn't there yet because I was born in 1990. So, but I had a psychiatrist that. So I had been in therapy on and off for years, and my therapist kept telling me, "It seems like you have a mood disorder. It seems like you are bipolar." And for a long time, I ran with that, but I never wanted to see a psychiatrist because I knew that would come with medication. So I just recently saw a psychiatrist, and he was just amazing. He was a Middle Eastern man, and we went over my whole like history from the time I could remember up until 31, and I shared almost everything with him. And he said, it sounds like you have PTSD. So he said he wants to treat me for the post-traumatic stress disorder based on how I was raised, based on my parents and my upbringing. And then he wanted me to address my impulsiveness and my violence in therapy because he said that that's a learned behavior.
Right.
My mother was beating niggas up my whole life.
But that comes from the mental state of what
exactly.
you're seeing.
So that's why I'm trying to explain
that
that my psychiatrist broke it down the way that it needed to be, so that I know that the PTSD he's going to help me with, and in therapy I need to address my impulsiveness because that's what I seen my mother do, and I need to address my violence because I seen my mother beating niggas up my whole life.
Have you ever like expressed this to your mother?
Yes, my mom knows.
But how did you express it?
We've expressed it. My siblings and I have expressed it to my mother.
Just you?
I have expressed it to my mother in multiple different ways. I've done it in ways where I acted out. I've done it in ways where I just told her, like, this is what you did. I've done it in ways where, you know, I had a baby at 18. I was always expressing to my mother.
Every single
what she
way
did.
you just told me was not the right formula.
But you can't say that, though.
No, you acted out.
That's not the only way. I said several different ways.
Okay,
Acting
all right.
out is definitely one of the ways that children show parents something is wrong. But we've had many conversations. My mother has denied everything. She has just got to the point where we're so fucked up that she's like, whatever I need to do to help y'all, I would do. But, you know, we're now at the point where we had to seek help
so y'all can't
for
really
ourselves.
have a full conversation with your mom to
No,
even
we
get,
can't,
like,
because
closure.
it's some stuff that she does not believe happened, and it's very vivid in my head. You know, I told her this story one time. I said, you put us in a car and you told us that if the car stopped, it was gonna blow up. That's what she told us. And I remember being very small, like, you know, maybe 4 or 5. And I remember driving on a freeway, and, you know, we stayed in Long Beach, so we didn't start venturing out to LA because my mother hated that, you know, area. But I remember being on the 105 and everything. And I remember, you know, Adrian was a year younger than me, so I'm telling her, it's okay, you know, it's not gonna hurt, we not gonna feel it. But the type of influence that my mother had on us, we really believed that if that car
Everything she
stopped,
said,
we were gonna blow up. So could you imagine being 4 years old and you like, I wonder, is it gonna burn? Am I gonna explode? Is it gonna hurt? Is it gonna be fast? You know, why the fuck would you tell us that?
Your mom dealt with a lot of mental issues.
Well, her mother had mental issues.
That's what it definitely seemed like for people. Pac, what year was you born?
92.
So you probably like still like around there, but a lot of our everybody mama, grandmother would be like, well, what the fuck, like, the fuck was y'all doing when y'all was growing up? You know what I mean? Like, that motherfuckers was tripping.
Yeah.
But you know, it's that, you know, 80s and all that other little shit that's going on.
They believe they believe what they want. Selective hearing. They gon' you know
That's
what I'm saying? They think everything they say is true and right without studying. And this world like really revolves every fucking single day, every fucking minute on a minute, every, you know what I'm saying? This world fucking is, you know what I'm saying? It revolves every day. So we might know something that they don't, but they think they still do. You know what I mean?
But since they're their parent, they always go say they right. You feel
Exactly.
Me?
You know what I mean? So, some like I tell my aunties, I tell my mom, man, sometimes you are wrong.
Yeah, they
you know
in
what
denial.
I mean? But if you don't continuously tell them that, and my approach is different than his approach. My approach is the aggressive approach. Me and her going back and forth. But then it'd be like, damn, it dawned on me where it's like, this nigga right here, he'd be like, man, I ain't finna. And she sit there calm and talk to this nigga. You know what I'm saying? Me and her going at it. Yeah. But then sometimes I sit there and do what he do. You know what I'm saying? Just whatever. All right, whatever. And then I ain't got to hear it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's just different ways that you deal with your parents. That's a relationship that you have to understand too. You know what I mean?
One thing I was going to say about that really helped, a lot of things that I could have probably like dealt with when I was younger. I used to be angry, but you know what I mean? I learned how to mellow out, you feel what I'm saying, and deal with things and understanding.
Do you
know what I mean?
think that your anger came from your father passing?
I don't know.
Never knew him.
So, and that's another thing.
See, my anger come from this. I'm gonna keep it 100.
But we also, like he said, we grew up in a violent, like when we grew up, it was like a lot of phase going on. A lot of phase going on from adults. A lot
in the household.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In the household. But I feel like my situation, I feel like I was born without my father. I was too much in my mother's stomach. You know what I'm saying? When my father got killed, so I was already left out. I always feel left out. If you get what I'm saying, I didn't ever get to say daddy. I didn't ever never got to do that.
Yeah.
And then even like, just in my brain, my mental, I'll be like, damn, this person always doing this to me. This person always. Well, sometimes you know what I'm saying? I had to think about it. Sometimes shit, I'll be doing this and doing this to make them do this. You know what I mean? So I had to actually get myself right, and that's what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? And that's why they're like, oh man, he talking different. That's because I have a lot of time to think now. You know what I'm saying? I got to get away from certain bullshit and certain people. You know what I'm saying? To think about how what can I say how can I say this better? You know what I'm saying? Instead of not like offending somebody. You know what I mean? Because if I say it this way, they gonna get offended.
That's definitely
You know
what
what I
it's
mean?
about.
So it's
I just have
not
to talk
what
to
you
him
say,
like
it's
that.
how you say it. You feel me?
And I
So-
had to learn that from watching my mom, because one thing I do, I watch a lot of people. I analyze a lot of things. And when I was watching my mom, as I was growing up, it was just certain things that like I understood that her pain. You know what I mean? Stop looking from things like, I don't know. It was a certain point in time in me, like when I got like middle school, I stopped. Certain things that happened already didn't happen. It is what it is.
That's how I
Nigga
am.
got to move forward.
Yeah.
That's
And
how I am
then-
now.
But I just won't understand it, and when I'm gonna just keep analyzing that situation for I could gain understanding. So once I got understanding of why, because you know, only the best way you can understand a person is understand them from their lens.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can't take your own understanding and
You
put it
gotta
on
put-
somebody
you gotta
because
put your
you know
foot
what I
in
mean,
their
it might be
shoes.
wrong. You feel me? So it was just certain thing I understood from her, and I'm like, is it right? No, but nevertheless, you know what I mean. And then even how to talk to her, you know what I mean? Like that's where I think my thing come from when he like my aunties and stuff like that. They all kind of look at me to be very respectful, but I could be disrespectful in a respectful
way,
manner.
yeah.
And I kind of like might let them know like, hey auntie, that's not what I'm feeling. It's just really about standing up for yourself.
Yep.
You know what I mean? As a respectful individual, even though they your elder, but goddamn, you're not about to take advantage of me.
Yeah.
You feel
Right,
me? Because
right.
now you being fucked up and you telling me I'm being fucked up.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? But it was just something I was just learning from my mom about, let's say like how she talked to guys, how guys talk to her. You feel what I'm saying? And it was certain things that, like, 'cause she could be very up forward and hurt a nigga feelings.
Yeah.
If you're not, if you're not prepared. I came a little, you know what I mean? Like, I could be prepared for that. Banx sometimes could be like, I'm not going for that shit. You feel what I'm saying? and that's why I said, I'm just coming from more of an understanding, because I definitely, like, it get to what y'all talking about, the parents, the household, how she grew up,
Right.
how she handling relationships, and how you expect it's going to be handled with you. You
It's
feel
all
me?
passed down.
It's all a correlation.
My cousin, she's a doctor. And she said some shit like, babies are dumb when they first are born, and it's true. No. She said the babies are dumb, meaning you have to teach them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but babies catch on to patterns quicker than anything, so that's not a taught even mechanism. It's something that they learn by dealing with you. You feel me? So it's like I do understand, because I say that too, they stupid. But at the same time, it's not that they're, you know what I mean? It's half and half. They're stupid to what we know, but they'll catch a stupid, you know what I mean? They know when I do not fuck with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't fuck with
Intuition, like really high intuition in babies.
It's vibration, vibes. You know, we all had it before. You know, we all got it. You know, somebody walk in this room right now and you don't like, nobody like that vibe. It's like, oh yeah, I ain't fucking with him. You know what I'm saying? Or it's just a vibe. You know what I'm saying? Vibrations. You know, and that's what I feel. You know.
Yeah, most of we low key out of time. I think this was a pretty good show, because it kind of get on like on the opposite end of what the show can be about. You feel what I'm saying? Other than
Eating ass.
yeah, and getting all sexual. You know what I mean? Everybody, let them know where they can find y'all at.
And hit me at _DABANX, the Banx. You know, Hooked Hookah. You know, I'm doing the engineer shit too. Hit me, fuck with me. You know, shout out Innovative Culture. Shout out ProHustle Zone. Happy birthday to my boy. You know what I'm saying? Pac Moolah. You know what I'm saying? He got the shoes on deck. Shout out to Sukena. You know what I'm saying? I said it right. In your business, and I want keep flourishing. You know what I'm saying? In what you're doing.
Thank you.
You know, I want everybody to keep flourishing, man. That's the only way we gonna fucking make it up out of here. You know, we ain't in bad situations. We just in tough situations right now. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is. You know, and if you tough, stick your chest out and keep going through that shit. Cause that's all you can do. Don't go around it. Don't do all that shit. Go through it. Fight through it. And if you out there with mental health, cause everybody got that shit. Mental health. You know what I'm saying? You being betrayed. You this, that, man. Take a seat. Take a breath. Look in the mirror. Look deep into your soul and ask yourself, you know, what's the right choices can you what's the choices can you make? You know what I'm saying? The right choices can you make? You know, and that's it. You know, Banx. I'm out. You know.
Yeah, and I gotta follow up. Okay, Sukena. My Instagram is Kenafornia. Make sure y'all follow my cake page. It's Raja Bakes. And happy birthday to my son Kai Bai. I love you. That's it.
It's your boy SRT Pac. You know what I'm saying? Follow my Instagram SRT_Pac 2. I'm just chilling. Shout out to Innovative Culture. My boy ProHustle. You know what I'm saying? I know I fucked up, but it's all good.
My nigga over there looking like one of the new 50 boys.
Let them know about your music.
Oh, I got a little something coming up. You know what I'm saying? Stay tuned. It'll be updated soon. You feel me? It'll be some shit going.
That nigga hairline is on.
Hey.
Crispy.
You know what I'm saying?
I got the barber for you, man.
That nigga lasered that motherfucker on, man.
My boy right there in Bill.
What I need a barber for? What the fuck I need a barber for?
I forgot you got the hat on.
Come on, man.
You
Get that on camera.
get a lineup though.
Banx will go viral on Grindface. Watch Grindface go clip that.
Hey, look, I ain't tripping. Hey, grind face. Clip this. You the only nigga that got a bald head with curls. Nigga, clip that, nigga.
A little bit.
I ain't got a bald head with curls.
What's good with y'all? My own ProHustle. Follow ProHustle Sportswear, ProHustle Zone. ProHustle Sportswear is all for the clothes. ProHustle Zone is for the podcast. You feel what I'm saying? Sweatsuits, you feel me? They gonna be up on the website real soon. We about to get together, do some photo shoots and shit like that. You feel me? Motherfucker, you feel what I'm saying? Hey, there's gonna be some commercials coming. There's gonna be a lot of shit coming. Shout out to Innovative Culture. Shout out to everybody that always tapping in. Banx, Kena, Pac, everybody in the room.
This the motherfucking
TV.
You gotta drop that ProHustle again.
This the
Drop that
motherfucking dream
ProHustle
team.
and ProHustle Zone, the podcast.
Look at the motherfucking wheels.
Shout out to Tony motherfucking Grams. You got a free sweatsuit coming, bro. Cause you definitely been waiting on some gear and you did that right there. And when I get big, I'm gonna have to pay you. Pay you out and take care of you. You feel what I'm saying? I like that right there.
Hey, I'm gonna change this nigga name to Tony Talk a Lot, nigga. Cause your motherfucking ass talk a lot, dog. And I'm gonna keep expressing that until you kind of fuck down with that man.
He's a comedian. What the fuck? But
He
hey,
ain't gotta talk around us like that.
Hey.
I'm just fucking with him, though. That's my nigga. Tony, keep talking, man. Keep doing your shit, man. I see you out there. I'm just talking. Are we still rolling?
hell no,
Okay.
and we out. You feel me? Banx taking the gram spot. Fuck.
Innovative.